So like I said, your $2.99 is good, you know, because you flipped it and you're not putting everything in the $1.99. And you and Shrewsbury are very much alike in that way. You guys are altering the $1.99 and pumping it up to $2.99, which is fine if the quality dictates it. But you can't use a promotional mug and expect them to spend $3 on it. So you're gonna have to take that price, that higher quality stuff, where you got a much nicer, attractive sell-through, and watch what you're plummeting into that $2.99. You know, because I think what you're doing is you're deliberately, because you don't want to price it at the $1.99, you're deliberately moving it into the $2.99, but you're letting every piece go out to the sales floor, and you've got to restrict some of that tchotchke stuff that is not selling, like, you know, promotional stuff, and, you know, and again, shopability is a huge factor here, because when you have a low sell-through rate like this, and this is your general wares, which has a dollar sell-through rate of 46%, which means your piece count sell-through is barely hitting about 50%, okay? Because you've got sell-through rate based on dollars on pieces. This is based on dollars that we're looking at. You have to look at what is driving that sell-through rate so low. So it can only be a couple different things. One, you are overpricing. I don't really think you are, except for the poor quality stuff. So there's that. You're not rotating. I didn't see a lot of yellow tags, so your rotation looks good. Your categorization looks good, but the shopability of, like, do I have to move 10 items to get to an item?
Right.
That's the problem.
Right.
Okay, that's the problem here. So that's why I'm suggesting, if you would want to, you know, take a look at, you know, if we got rid of a run of them, which one would you get rid of? Maybe it's glassware, because you get a ton of glassware. And you just widen the aisles to make it a little bit more shoppable on that. But I'd say first things first is you gotta hold back the stuff that you don't want out there, like the 2,000 backpack bags.
Yeah.
You know, those kind of things. So, because like I said, I do think your overall price per piece processed and price per piece sold is low. Okay, it's higher than budget, so luckily you're making it on the dollars, but it's that sell-through rate that's really killing you. So I wouldn't have a problem necessarily elevating your goal, on price per piece processed to $3.99, but you're going to have to watch what you funnel out to this.
Especially because our sell-through is already so low, we got to be careful how we up price.
Right.
Right. But we could, if we get better quality stuff, stop putting out all the promotional items, and yeah, we can definitely support that higher increase. It won't support it if we keep putting out, you know, 10 million backpacks, all these promotional stuff.
I think what we're going to do, we won't go up to the $3.99 right away. But we're going to give you a goal of $3.75 processed price per piece. Let's really watch the verification process. So nothing goes out to those shelves without it being checked, so that you can, monitor what's out on your shelves and what they're producing.
Right.
And you know, there's no harm in going back to say, hey guys, no more of this.
Yes.
None. Stop. Today, no more. I will tell you when you can resume sending that stuff out. Okay? Because that's another way of how you're going to have to control it.
Right.
And you're going to all do that through the verification process. So, you know what I mean when I say the verification process? Okay. Are you strict with that?
We are. I mean, we try to get at least views of the actual racks as they're going out, making sure that the quality of the items are what we want it to be. if we find something that's either mispriced or we think it could go for higher, we bring it back, we show it to the actual, we show it to them, make sure they understand why we're doing it. And that painting, for example, was an example of that. I had to take it back to them, reconcile the tag, show them, hey, look, no, this should have cost much more. Let's pump up that price. Let's get it back out.
And basically, and it's not necessarily fair what I'm about to say here, but Nick, you have to be on top of that because you're the driver of production. He's your passenger, okay? You're the driver of that. So I want you to really be alert as to what's being pumped out there, what the state of your shelves and racks are. So that means you're going to be upstairs sometimes, downstairs sometimes. But then where's that verification process of allowing that product to come out and stuff like that? Because I definitely would like to get this sell-through rate dollar sold at least to 50%. So that's the other goal that I'm going to give you, is to try to get this sell-through rate up to 50%. Okay. Now, obviously, what raises sell-through? Less pieces produced. So that's not what you want to do. So it's refining what you're allowing to go out the door. Because like I said, when you had to step out, Nick, I know that when he's talking to you and he's coming to visit, he's talking pieces. And then you see my fat butt in here and you go pieces. And that's all we're talking about. But really, it doesn't matter at the piece count if the quality is not selling time. So
it doesn't matter. It doesn't count as a piece if it's not going to go.
You just sometimes have to make that really hard decision to say, I'm no more, this type of product can go out. You have to keep it capped at that point in time.
And we all know there's a lot of products that we need to cap, right? Including glassware, including stuffed animals. The glassware, we don't sell a whole lot because we get tons of it. So that's where you got to refine it, shorten that, and it's a hard conversation to have, but we must have it with these people. At this point, we got to stop doing this. And we got to let them know why we're doing it. We're doing it to help them, right? So we want their pizzas to sell. They sometimes have a hard time seeing that because they just want to hit their piece goal for the day. But as we were saying, if it doesn't sell, what's the point of hitting that piece goal? So I tell them to stop doing it. It's for their good, right? We want their pieces to sell.
Absolutely. It's got to be a happy medium in between what we're putting out and what people will buy.
For sure.
I wanted to look at textiles. The textiles is a little on the low side too. Textiles, kids 30 to 40. Look at this, multiple selections. Okay, there we go. Alright, so your children should be between 30 and 40. You're right smack dab in the middle. So that's good now. So that sell-through is not too much of an issue. The men's should be between 40 and 50, and you're on the higher end of that. And we raised the GBB on that already by $1. Okay, the women's is the one that's dragging it down a little bit. And to be honest with you, your accessories sell-through rate is lower than a lot of stores. Most stores are in the 40s and 50s of accessories. So that goes back to all of those hats up in the corner. Okay. Are you really selling a lot of those hats? Probably not. First of all, they're sequestered in the corner. So it gives you the illusion, don't go back there because you got your cash wrap there. And then, even though it's a really cute fixture, you got these little tiers and it's round and it's cutesy, you got 10,000 hats in there. Okay, now, unless I want to spend hours shopping through that, probably not.
Point of producing that many pieces.
Exactly. So just like accessories, not every accessory has to go out. You know, you gotta funnel that back a little bit.
Same thing we were talking about wares, right? We got to make sure we say, hey,
So,
stop producing certain things, and the
your
ones they do
children's
produce,
and
quality.
men's pricing strategy, I would say let's probably leave it alone because the sell-through rates are pretty good. But let's take a look at your women's here a second. So I like to rank the sell-through rate from low to high or high to low. So let's just go low to high. So right now, maternity, long sleeve blazers, dresses are definitely on the low side of things. Okay, you got a lot of dresses on that wall. You probably don't need quite that many. Okay, so you probably need to, again, thin the herd a little bit. And let's just look at your pricing strategy. Okay, so you're doing most of it at base, which is fine. So it's not a pricing
and even those
issue.
low sell-through.
Your long sleeve is going to absolutely be low right now because this time frame was more off season.
Right.
It should go up a little bit.
Right, as the weather changes.
Yep, exactly. But then you start getting into a much healthier sell-through with your jeans, your sweaters, your sweatshirts, that type of thing. So we just upped your GBB on the sweatshirts and sweaters by $1. Okay. So your women. So right now you're doing a low at the $7.99. And the sell-through rate's good on that. So yeah, I mean, I think you're doing fine on the pricing of that. Let's take a look.
But will we change that more to $9.99 as it gets into December?
You could, as long as your sell-through rate stays healthy. You absolutely could. And again, you never want to go, Nick, from one extreme to the other. So it's not like turning the switch and saying, okay, now all the sweaters go to $9.99. Customers need a variety. They need a blend. So they need a little bit of base. They need a little bit of mid-price range. They need a little bit of upper price and stuff like that. Now this is your jeans, and you definitely are doing 90% of them at the $9.99, which is your mid-price point. So I think you're good. You got a nice solid sell-through rate there. And jeans are expensive. I mean, my husband just got a pair of jeans. I forget the name brand. His jeans ran $78. Women's jeans, good jeans, are easily $90 to $125, and that's actually on the cheap side compared to really good jeans are going close to $200. So your pricing at $9.99 seems to be pretty fair at this point in time. So what you want to do is when you are in this screen, and that is look at the ranking, okay, and then take a look at, you might ask, well, why is this short sleeve so on the lower end, even though this is in a time frame that is spring? Well, guess what? Out of all of your 44,000 pieces, almost, let's just round up, 10%, 40% of them was short sleeve. Okay? There's only so many short sleeve you can sell here. So it's like probably too much, because let's face it, we get a lot of short sleeve shirts, right?
So narrow it down a little more.
Yeah, so I think as long as you're in the 40 percentile or higher, those are areas that, as long as they're in season, you can price up. But of course, you're not going to price up swimwear, because the other thing that you also have to worry about here, guys, is your sales floor is tight. Even with the new cash wrap, which looks fantastic. I love the upstairs. It looks really good. You don't have a lot of space for off-season products, so you almost
shouldn't
have
even be
to go.
producing swimsuits or anything.
That's
all packed
You
away.
should be going down to almost zero off-season product here, because you just don't have the space for it.
Right.
Okay. So if it's that in-season product, like your jeans, your sweatshirts, your coats, your sweaters, you can price up, new with tags, good brands, that type of thing. But I would definitely not do this up here.
Right.
Because at this point in time, like sleeveless, I'd go down to 0 sleeveless. And not every short sleeve top has to go out, you know.
Right.
So again, that needs to also thin the herd here a little bit, so that you can have, you know, room for this stuff that is selling. Okay. Right. So like I said, for kids and men's, we're gonna just continue with the as is for pricing strategy. Okay. And then for women, only in season, and again, like new with tags and brands, you know. Other than that, you want to stick to your, and then, like I said, no off season, because you just don't have the space for it. Okay. And then last but not least, let's take a look at the shoes.
Now, when we look at shoes,
Yeah.
One thing I am going to ask instead, both of you here, we've been ordering every week, like nonstop, and have not received any from the warehouse.
What are you ordering? Rotation?
We order all of it.
Yeah, one of everything.
Rotation.
You're not getting this because they don't have it.
Yeah.
They don't have it. There's not a lot of shoes.
It's just hard. We move our
around.
merchandise from processed wares
Now-
to do other things.
Now-
We just created a label for shoes that was rotated shoes that we didn't have before. Everything was going in second sort.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we should start seeing some buildup in rotational shoes,
Yeah.
but
Do
we
you
just
have
did
a store,
the switch.
one of your stores connected to this store to give shoes
Berwyn.
to? Berwyn. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Are you
they're the
getting
same
any of those
warehouse.
shoes
Well,
from Berwyn?
we were, and then Bruce came out with that.
Well, that's the other thing. Now we can only go between stores rotational stuff because Bruce doesn't want any wares, any raw being
Yeah,
moved
but
between
this
stores.
is, Berwyn's is processed rotation stuff, right?
Well, we were sending raw too. We were
I
sending
see.
raw.
Okay.
We had to cut that. So now it's just rotation that we can label it.
Berwyn, St. Lawrence, this store
St.
is.
Lawrence.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's good. Alright, so it's the same DC. Okay. Your shoe sell-through rate should be between 40 and 50. So you're at 42%. So your shoe sell-through actually went up because it was at 40%. So it's in the range. It's on the lower end, but it's on the range. The $6.94 is definitely a little on the lower side compared to other stores. But I do realize, you know, we have to be careful because you have a completely different population than other
Yes.
stores. So,
Yes, we
We'll
do.
wear it till it falls apart, and then
Okay.
donate it.
Alright, so let's take a look at, so shoe sell-through rate is up 2%. Okay. Let's take a look here.
Oh, this is why I've been stressing communication between my brain and Scott.
Yeah. I understand.
Okay, so your price per piece processed is $8.90. And your price per piece sold it's actually $7, which is not bad. So that's another reason why your shoes are probably doing okay. You were priced at $6.94. Your sell-through rate's actually going up, and that could be because of lack of production though too. I mean, one of the things I would love to do with this store, but I just don't know how to do it because I've looked at it 10 times to Sunday, is make you a shoe department.
We were discussing that too, though, getting rid of some of the dress sections and
Yes.
making a wall right there.
Yes,
That would
be the only thing
Yeah.
in that. And, you know, honestly, based on that sell-through rate, maybe that might be something you guys really want to think about. I mean, when we can go back upstairs and take a look at that, but, anyway, so.
Yeah, we can create a small section of shoes. It would not, you
It'd
couldn't
be
put
women.
every shoe
It
there.
would
It
probably
would
just
be a
be
section of
women's.
women's.
Yeah.
And I don't even
Yeah.
think it'll fit all women's,
It would,
but it would
but
create a nice section.
it would. Yeah, absolutely.
Price per piece. I think we're gonna keep you the price per piece goal here in the wares or in the shoes. Let's just keep it between like $8.90 and like $9.25, and keep that price per piece sold at $7 or higher. Because I mean, right now it's certainly not hurting you on the sell-through rate piece of it, because your sell-through rate's up a little bit. All right. So, Nick, another area, so when I have these goals of price per piece processed, yes, you could go to this and figure it out, but just to remind you, when you go to your production and you go to production by employee, or you could even do it by probably category, but you probably want to drill it down by person. So if we look here, right there, it figures it out for you.
Right.
So team 1 is producing at 516, and we want them to be at a process price of 636. Okay, so they're on the low side. Okay, but your team 2 in Easterl is 618. That is really interesting, because
It's a big difference.
you got a dollar swing between the two of them.
Right.
Okay, so that's why you're probably falling somewhere in the middle there. But yeah, so really interesting, like who's pricing in team 2 versus team 1,
Right.
and stuff like that. So this is where you can go to the team and say, okay, team 1, you know, 516 is a little on the low side. We want you to price up $1. So we want you to hit the six something range.
Right.
Team 2, you're almost there. Good job. Just keep it up. And you can look at this as frequently as you want to. This was based on one day, so that's not a good
Right.
look. But if we go and say the 25th through like the 18th, and now we're looking at a week.
Right.
639 for team 2. Perfect. That's where we want them. Team 1, 575. They need to price up
Right.
a good, you know, a couple more cents here,
Yeah.
you know, 60
Yeah.
cents or so. So, and then you can do the exact same thing for wares. So if I go here to the category, and instead of saying all, I go down here and I just hit wares. Okay, now I can look at my individual people.
Right.
So if I drill up here, it looks like Carlos is at 369. Okay, so we want you to be at a goal of like 375, so almost there.
Right.
Cheyenne is at 334. Definitely a problem. Is that Fall In or
Foul.
Foul is 295. Definitely got a problem here.
She's not supposed to be.
Yeah,
Which I don't understand why she's even on the report.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
yeah.
Well, and it could be.
And
I
she only
mean,
did 27 pieces.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
recent, so
Yeah.
these are, I assume, people that are still employed here.
Right.
But if Val and Samantha are still pricing, you got a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
In fact, you got a problem everywhere, because everybody's pricing a little too low here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and again, I think they're trying to hit that $299 for you, but not thinking about the stuff that's actually greater than $299.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
the problem
exactly
rate
what
could go
it is.
up.
And
A
what you
little
guys
bit
have to be
more.
real careful, because our sell-through rate's already low.
Look at that.
So we can't just go out there and say, I want you to price higher and not work with them on the quality. Because if
Right.
they just price higher, the
Oh,
same
yeah,
stuff they're putting out
exactly. The
now,
sell-through
your
rate-
sell-through is gonna go lower.
They're going to have, and Dan, you're 200% right, and I'm glad you mentioned that. They have to work in tandem
Yeah,
together.
we can't just go out there and say, I want you to price $1
Yeah.
higher and not tell
Yeah.
them what we want them to
Right.
price, because then it would
Because if
just
you
make
do that,
worse.
you're going to destroy
Yes.
that sell-through rate even worse
Yeah.
at that point in time. And you can't afford the sell-through rate to be that low, guys. Like I said, I would like to take you up in incremental steps into the sell-through and stuff like that. So,
Right.
all right, what time is it? I got 20 minutes. So,
Good.
let's do a quick walk down
Okay.
here. And upstairs.
Sorry. So you think quality plus the shopability combined is a big part of the reason why?
Yeah, and like I said, my notes are definitely wanting you to concentrate on the verification process too, because that's how you're going to control the stuff. So we were showing Alpha this, but I want to show you Nick.
I got it.
So that get my bearings this way.
Yeah. Thank you.
So here is a great example of where maybe you could thin the herd a little bit. You don't have a lot of glassware out here. Could you rework this whole section and eliminate it? Because these aisles are tight, man. You get somebody, 2 people in a shopping cart here, you
Yeah.
can't shop. Okay.
So eliminate the whole aisle and then make everything
I
a
mean,
little wider.
again, I'm not saying you have to.
Even
I'm
if
just
it's
suggesting.
half an aisle, right? Because
Just
it doesn't mean you have to
suggesting.
take away all of them, just maybe one, that'll open it up a little bit.
Exactly. 'Cause, I
And it's
mean, right
something to
now,
play
you don't
with.
have much here. This is completely empty.
Right.
And this is just about completely empty. So, you know, and then, so, again, if I want this mug all the way back here,
Right.
I'm going to have to say, Nick, hold this. Alpha, you hold this. And now, finally, I get back in there.
Right.
Okay? And if I want this, I mean, I got to really struggle. Now, the Sal's, again, too much promotional stuff.
Right.
Okay, so I want to get rid of the liners because they just look ugly. And, you know, here is what I'm talking about all
Right,
this kind of
yeah.
promotional stuff. And again, now this one's $1.99. This is a sippy cup for $1.99. And
This one's
guy
missing
here-
a piece, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah, and this is $2.99. So there's that verification process in play.
no, sorry about that.
Okay.
Very good.
And then over here, Nick,
No, it's okay.
okay, I want you to shop in here.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay. And again, Johnson & Johnson, nah, this is all promotions.
Right. You have to really
So,
cut down the promotional
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, as you can see, there's a good half of this I would just absolutely get rid of. Not every one of these raise the level of quality.
Right.
That's what you got to do here. And then, because if customers have to fight through, like I'm not even sure what's going on here, you know.
Right.
At this point, that doesn't do anything but erode your something, right? Okay.
Yep.
So,
That looks sloppy.
yeah, exactly.
That's a big
exactly.
thing.
And I think that could be some of the sell-through rate problem and that.
No,
You know,
I have a-
here's again, really, you know, this is, I mean, it's filthy.
Yeah,
down
that's
there,
what I'm looking at right
okay?
away. It looks dirty.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that.
So this is that verification process in play here.
All I have to do is
Okay.
wipe it down. It would look twice as good.
Exactly. Or you don't, because you've got enough wares coming through, maybe, again, you just say, you know what, something like this goes to the outlet. You guys have to make
Right.
that decision and that. but you know, you have to think of sell-through rate as the highest probability of selling.
Right.
And let's face it, that doesn't have a high probability of selling. Neither does this.
Right. It's just
Okay.
too much.
Exactly.
And I honestly think everybody's so
Exactly.
worried about getting the numbers.
Mhm. Oh.
It's you know,
Absolutely.
pump everything out so we reach the
Absolutely.
goal.
Exactly.
I think
Remember,
that's
the goal's always the dollar.
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Now, and I mean, again, guys, would you buy that? This right here. Why wouldn't you buy
Just
it?
because it's dirty.
It-
That was my
yeah,
first
I mean,
thing.
you got cobwebs in there. I mean,
If it was clean, I might buy it. Just 'cause
maybe,
I do kind of like the way it looks.
You know,
To be able to hold all those cups.
but nobody is going to buy that in that condition.
No, I
And,
agree.
I mean, I hate to say it, but whoever processed this, they didn't even bother to.
They went out of their way to tape it, but didn't.
Yeah,
bother cleaning it.
exactly. Looks really bad. Okay. That all erodes trust in the product that you're pumping out and the overall sell-through rate.
Right.
And that. The other thing I would try, Nick, and again, what I'm about to say makes it very, very difficult. But be really critical about what they're putting in a bag and what they're not putting in a bag. Customers hate bags because then they want to open
look
it
at it.
and look at and match it. So if there are some things that don't need to be in a bag, don't put them. Price it
Would you
individually.
suggest that we separate areas, like just bagged areas in one section versus? I only asked that.
Don't put them out in bags.
Yeah,
As
I
much
think,
as
I mean, you want to keep it with its type of merchandise and that, but, you know, like, okay, here's a great example. Why would we bag this? This is a toothbrush holder,
I
that
think
guy,
that's a surplus item too.
and this looks like just a squeezy toy, okay?
Yeah, they're two different.
There's
things.
no connection with these
Yeah.
two. Why is it in a bag?
Right.
Okay.
Another one, it's got like a mop scrubber with.
Oh yeah, exactly. They're just taking miscellaneous
I don't
and
even know.
putting
To get
it
a number.
together.
To get a number.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To get a
They're
number.
focusing more on getting a
This
number.
is
than
probably
that.
Exactly.
got used to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
missing it, and then it's bagging it.
That's why your sell-through rate's at 47%.
Right.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So here's
Remember,
one that
guys,
we probably shouldn't
I'm
even
not that
put
smart,
together.
but I've been doing this a long time. 28 years of knowing the numbers and knowing how our customer reacts. So I'm not trying to say you're doing everything wrong. That's not what I'm saying here. It's refining what you're doing to get the maximum output
Right.
and that. And like I said, it's only because I've been doing this job for so darn long, and I will do it as long as I possibly can, and Goodwill will have me. But you got to watch what goes out.
Like here's one.
and stuff.
Toothbrushes probably shouldn't even bag it with essential oils for
I,
food.
Yeah,
yeah,
that
I mean,
doesn't make sense
they're
at all.
just.
They don't even bag them at the supermarket.
No,
You know?
nobody does that, exactly. So this all screams why you've got a
Yeah.
problem here.
That makes
Okay.
a lot of sense.
So, okay. Alright. So, other than that, the downstairs looks good. I mean, again, I'm not trying to nitpick and that. It's just raising that level of detail and that. The other thing you might want to think about, guys, and is you have some stuff sometimes that you could actually peg. So, do maybe what Marianne does is have a like a grid section where you could actually put pegged items on it. That might actually also help the shoppability of things and stuff like that. You don't have to do that. I'm just suggesting.
I like
it,
that idea.
You know,
I think it's a great idea.
because like I said, unfortunately you got these darn poles, so there's nothing we can do about that. And where you have your racks positioned to the relationship of the pole, perfect sense. But again, maybe watch your customer. Are they struggling to shop because it's too tight in here? I don't know. We actually did that in another store where we actually took a run of wares away just to open up that shopping pattern a little
Right.
bit and stuff like that, you know.
What about like, so in that section with all the glassware, how we don't have very much there right now. I know that can change at any
Oh,
point.
sure, absolutely.
But would it make sense to try to cut that area down a little bit and then add something that we have more
You
of?
could do that too. Absolutely. If you don't want to actually take a runaway, you absolutely can, you know, move things around a little bit. Because that's what you're doing anytime you're upstairs. Because you can't produce to say, I only want this, this, and that. If you do that to everything, nothing will go out.
Right, right. That makes sense.
But at the same time, you can know that one area is a little fuller, so it's like an accordion.
Right.
It goes down, Nick, and then it expands a little bit. But glassware is just one of those areas that it is going to flow up and back.
Yeah.
And that. The glassware overall is really not what they're buying from us. They're buying a lot of this like home decor type of stuff.
Right.
That's what they're really doing.
And I think the items that are more likely to sell should get the better real estate. That's eye view with the customer.
Exactly,
You know,
exactly.
you wouldn't put the best stuff at the bottom
Yeah.
because they're not going to look
Right.
down as much.
And you have an end, this is actually considered where you use the baker's rack as an end cap.
Yes.
Okay. So, what time of the year is it? Halloween. Okay, this should have a Halloween,
I agree, 100%.
if you have it,
If you have it, but we
okay,
have all of ours.
in
right
there,
here.
and that's fine. Now, so if you don't have enough of it, that's okay. Still make a theme of this, okay? Right now, this just all got sort of piled on here.
Right,
You
right.
know, again, customers, sometimes you gotta show them the beauty of what it looks like and that, but if
Right.
it's Jenga, that game, it's not gonna
It's not gonna
Yeah, exactly, so. Alrighty? Just again, food for thought,
I appreciate
okay?
that.
I'm not telling you what you have to do or not do, but this is what the data's telling me, okay?
Right.
That, you know. And I want to get you to a point, Nick, and you, Alfred, where you're looking at that and you're seeing exactly what I see.
Right.
And you have to walk your sales floor. If you don't walk your sales floor,
Yeah, how do you know?
yeah, you have to look at the conjunction of data with the sales floor. You can't just look at one. You got to look at them and combine. So when you saw that sell-through rate of 47%, that should immediately prompt a question in your mind. Is that a good sell-through rate or a bad sell-through rate? Okay, it's not good. So now what? Second question, what causes that? Okay, so go off in your head, what causes that? Now go out to the sales floor
Right.
and look for those causes.
Right.
And guess what, guys? We found them.
Yep, yep.
Make sense?
Yeah,
Okay.
it really does.
All right. I guess we go upstairs. Should we should we look at this elevator? I want to make sure, because I got an email from Danielle. That's where I would. In fact, let's write it.
You have to go up and get it.
Okay. I want to make sure it is operational.
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
we have, well, I want to go in it because I just got an email from Danielle about elevators. And I want to make sure this is completely operational but also inspected correctly. Because this email was hard to read, Dan, what store it was. Well, we don't have that many elevators. We have an elevator here, we have an elevator that's a lift at Irwin, but that's more freight elevator.
Right.
This is the only one that's really meant for customers.
Right.
And that my concern is that this is in fact operational. If not, we gotta shut it down. Okay, so when was this last inspected?
It was done recently, actually, because we got our new for the next few years.
Okay, so this is good as of...
2018 it was
All
done.
right, well, let's find this sucker and see
All right.
what's
Okay,
going on.
you stay out just in case.
I'll meet you guys upstairs.
So this...
So, Tasha, how you doing today? Okay.
If the bottom is being, like, how did you know that there was stuff in there?
Well, what we did first was we made sure the power shut off of this.
Okay,
Went downstairs with the key, opened it, and then we could actually view it.
and look down under
Yes.
there, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I absolutely want to make sure, is our people doing the lighting for you, or, okay.
Yes.
We need that, because the lighting in
It's just
there is,
Too dull. And then
Very
Matt,
dull.
I know Brandon was working on it, but I think the former maintenance guy was Matt.
Yeah, Matt.
the other
Yeah.
thing I would like to get you guys in the habit of doing is that even though the inspection is good on this,
Mhm.
I'd say once a month, do that exercise that you just.
I've been doing it.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
So
I
that
do
you're
that.
watching it.
Yeah, so you
and
do that.
He picks
stuff
on me
like
for
that.
writing it up and
Okay,
down, and I'm
good.
like, no, I'm
Okay.
doing it just to make
No,
sure we
oh
can get in and out.
no, yeah, absolutely. I want you guys to write it,
Yeah.
you know, once a week, just to make sure everything's good. You know, yes, the exercise on the steps is good, but at the same time, we got to make sure that that guy's operational. So here's what I was looking at. On the, like I said, the score up here just looks This whole run is dresses. Okay. Way.
I'm in favor of the short sleeve and long sleeve dresses right now as opposed to the spaghetti straps
Exactly.
this time of the year.
Exactly.
And that would actually cut out probably 10, 15 of these 4-foot sections.
Yeah.
And which
And
shoes?
remember, your sell-through rate is 31% dresses. That means for every 100 you're producing, only 31 are selling. Not a whole lot in that. But yet, at the same time, your customer is shopping them. So here's my suggestion. But again, these windows don't make it easy. Maybe go 5 sections. So like at this window down, you wipe out all of these dresses and you go with a shoe.
Mhm.
And you get rid of these. Okay? And if we have 5 sections times 7 shelves,
35.
that's 35 sections. So we get rid of the grid, modernize you a little bit with the double slotted standards, and then get the nice shoe shelves and that. And actually, that's going to make a little bit more
6
space through
sections, you
here.
said, right?
Then you still have, guys, all of this for dresses, which is still plenty of space for dresses. Because honestly, you have more dresses than Shillington does. And Shillington should be having the most amount of dresses.
We're only doing 31%.
Yeah,
Should be cutting it
exactly.
down anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So that would be my suggestion. And you're right, Alpha. You know, with the off-season approaching and that, the spaghetti stuff maybe go away.
So I put that under non-capital budget
Uh,
because we didn't budget for it.
yeah. So it would take a non, and then we could do
But it'll
it.
be more than the 2,500. I think,
Yeah.
but
Well,
right
I
around
mean, we
there.
could let's get a quote
Okay.
and that, or put it through the portal if it's over 2,500.
Yeah, it's gonna be right. Maybe not. If it's not under, what do I do? It's
If it's under 25, put it under non-capitalized, which is GL 869. If it's capitalized, then just put it under capital.
capital budget,
And
even though we didn't budget for
That's
it.
right.
Okay.
Right.
What's the new campus? Is that capital budget?
That was capital.
Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
Those
I know.
Yeah,
That's
no,
not
those
hit your
are super
bottom. That's
expensive.
Oh,
not
yeah.
hit your bottom line.
Just the depreciation, you'll start seeing it there.
So, what time is it? Okay, I
It
gotta have to
is
leave in a couple minutes.
1 o'clock.
A couple things I want to show you quick, and then I'll get out. So, that's that area that we were talking about in the
Right.
got 10,000 hats over there,
Right.
but yet it's sort of sequestered. Here's the other thing I want you guys to think about, and you don't have to answer me now. It's up to you. Just a suggestion. In a lot of stores, we've been doing away with the plus size section. And the reason being is, one, it doesn't always feel right if you are sequestering a plus size material from the other stuff.
Yep.
Also helps your flow of material because you don't have to carve out a separate section for plus size.
Right.
So what that means is if it's
Your
long
shirts
sleeve,
just go
you're
small
just
to
small
whatever
to
size you
3X.
want.
Right, right,
And you
Absolutely.
create a nice clean runs and it's all inclusive.
right.
If you do that, if you have a plus size sign, you want to get rid of it.
Yep.
Okay?
that
And
idea.
then your signs just say coats or
Yep.
long
Right,
sleeve.
right.
And that the stores that we've done it in, which is now a large majority of it, love it because it just makes it easier in the shopping. And
Even if to put away items.
yeah,
makes
because
it-
now they don't have to look; they
You
just
know.
go to the particular category.
Idea.
So if you like that idea, you guys can
I
run
do
with
like
it,
that
okay?
Yep.
It's up to you. And I think we've solved the shoe issue, absolutely, because we know you got way too many dresses and that. Other than that, these are all, again, devil in the detail. That's all this is. This isn't Cheryl nitpicking. Store looks great. Sales are wonderful. Let's watch our payroll. Good job. If you want that one-on-one with me,
Yes,
let me know.
I'm gonna reach out to you about that.
And I got something for you.
And I'll be right
And I will
back.
see you guys later, okay?
All right. Have a good day, Cheryl.
I'll be right back. What I was gonna ask you, yeah, I know maybe a couple of months ago when we were in the summertime, I remember you and Brenda talking about getting rid of all the shoes and putting it in the shoe section.
Yeah.
But would we be able to put something else up? Or you were saying that before, put another rack up.
But yeah, I don't think I can do that now, unfortunately. And everything they said is stuff that was stressing with you guys. Did you not hear that? I mean,
No.
it's not about the numbers. It's about quality. It's about
No, but it's still good that she knows we're all on the same page about it.
yeah, I know. It just sucks.
Because now we can improve on it, and it'll show the difference. I don't think it was that bad. I understand where you're coming from, but I think it's little stuff that can easily be fixed. My bigger worry is if anyone gets to worry about getting those numbers.
You were the biggest one to get the numbers.
I am, but still, it's regardless.
Let me put it this
It's
way.
hard to
You were
do.
in the room and they asked me. And I said, it's so much easier to sell the item at $20.99. I said, I'm worried about selling 6 or 7 items at $1.99. And that would be an absolute agreement. He said, I want you to keep it interesting. I said, I get you. I need to say that. That's too much you're saying. I'm the passenger. You're the driver. I said, what I need is I need to make sure that Nick knows this and Nick says this. And she said, that's what I want to hear from Nick.
I always feel like a passenger, I guess. I don't want to step on your toes.
I told you, dude. That's why I've been stressing the last several weeks. Numbers don't bother me. It's going to be, if we get the money, and that money comes from the quality of the items that we're selling at the right price. I don't know how many times I've said that.
You have. But with, us unable to get, a decent amount of wear, it was harder to reach the goals we wanted to reach. So we were letting things go that were less valuable just so we could keep it going. I think that was, I didn't say that, but I was thinking that. But I notice a big part of it is that promotional stuff. I think that's going to make a big difference if we cut all that out immediately.
Just letting you know that our store by no means is any worse than some other stores.
I don't think she thinks our store is that big.
She doesn't. It's just that it wasn't exactly. Hey, you're only 10 minutes on my store.
It wasn't going to be that way anyway. There was going to be.
Hey, there he is.
I gotta go take it to my car.
It's all good.
All right, well, let's go back to the office. Let's see what else you guys need from me, and I'll actually gonna get the quote for that now.
Okay. Brian, you're doing a great job, sir.
Log in. All right, so she's gonna obviously type up the notes. You know, and the only thing that I really want to be careful, yes, her goal is to increase our prices. So we gotta be real careful because our sell-through rate's already low. So we want to increase the prices, but man, we have to monitor it. We have to do, you know, when we do our quality check before it goes out.
That's the biggest
Because
thing.
if you increase prices and the quality stays the same, it's going to kill you.
Yeah.
That means your sell-through is going to drop even more.
Right.
So I am a little worried with the increase in prices, which is not that it's doable, right? It's not a crazy price that she wants us to get to.
That's not.
I
But
think it's the shoppability issue more than
that's
anything,
a big issue too.
and the quality, of course.
Yeah,
Putting
quality,
stuff out.
shoppability, and like those bags. There was a bunch of bags that, like
Yeah.
she said, make no sense going together.
But when I was saying about the glass, you know, the glasses, I was just using that as an example. But I think the bags is the big thing.
Mhm.
We have a lot of space dedicated just to those bags.
Yeah.
We're not really selling them
Yeah,
anyway.
so let's reduce that space, put whatever you want there, but this is where we have to tell people, no more bags, no more stuffed animals, no more
Yeah.
this. Alright, what else? What can I do to help you guys? What do you need from me? Besides shoes.
They need the shoes, yes.
Not really.
I mean,
It's just going to be, I would, making the changes throughout the store, really. I've been telling these guys that I need, you know, more communication, talking between, and I know you're going to say yes, that I have, but between you and Brenda, making sure that that communication takes place so we know
Right.
what is selling, what is not selling, what is full, what is, and just recently, I asked him, hey, go out onto the sales floor, look at what's out there, have Brenda do upstairs, you do downstairs, see what's going on, then come together and talk about it, and then go to your people back there and make those
Maybe
changes.
we should have like a weekly meeting, me and Brenda.
You guys need to be
Brenda
doing it daily.
so when I was a manager, we had, I remember we called them, I don't think I called them huddle, but I heard someone say
Sorry,
morning
huddles.
huddle.
Yeah.
But I would do like a little team leadership meeting every day. And,
Right.
and it was normally after 12 o'clock when the closing manager got here and whatever was their opening.
Right,
What's
right.
the goal for today? This is what I see. This is what needs to get done. You know, just kind of. Some days it's going to be 5 minutes. Some days
Yeah.
it might be 30 minutes, right?
Right.
But most of the time it was like a 5 minute. All right, this is my goal. 2,000 pieces short. I'm going to concentrate there. Can you
Right.
concentrate with your cashiers running? Whatever it is, right? Every day might be a
Right,
little
right.
different, but every day we had a little meeting. Every day. All right, these are our goals. These are our expectations. This is what needs to get done.
Right.
Like this is my priority list. You know, whatever that was at that given time,
Right.
and then we would just go out and execute every day. And we did that every day.
I think that's great, and we do that. But I think what you were saying about Brenda and I think her and I do need to get together more and go over the actual goals and the numbers together. We have our meetings where you tell
we
us
have
what
our
you have to
actual
say.
managers meetings on
But-
Tuesdays, but what I'm saying is that as a daily practice, you take the bottom floor, she takes the top floor, she makes notes on what she's seeing immediately,
Yeah.
and then you guys come together and talk about it, because that's what you're going to take back to your team
Right.
and say, hey, we can't produce long sleeve shirts, we can't be doing this, we can't be doing that, or hey, let's increase the price on this because I see it's really light upstairs, which means we're probably selling through it way too fast.
Right.
So we making augmentations to what we're actually already doing.
Right.
But communicating, increasing that communication between the two of you.
Right.
So
That'll help.
that's for me. That's the big thing right now. Is I want to see you guys talking together as a team. She takes upstairs, you take downstairs, come together and talk about it.
Okay. I think that'll be very helpful.
Want to say, and do you guys think there's gonna be any issue like with your part timers?
I think that what we'll end up doing is first cutting it like 1 or 2 hours, and then going and getting eventually to the full 5 hours.
Yeah, and again, you guys do the schedule.
Yeah.
It rounds off to about 3 hours per person, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be. Like, if you have a productive person, like, why would we cut theirs?
No,
It's more.
But Ashley, for example, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
we don't
for
have
sure.
we don't have enough shoes for her to be coming in so many days. So why are we giving her all those hours? Yes, she produces downstairs for us, but now we have a 40-hour worker now with us.
Yeah.
So why is she coming in then if we don't even have an open table for her to work at?
Yeah, exactly.
So she, to me,
Yeah, we
is the perfect person to possibly, hey, I want you to start not working on this day.
Right.
Saturdays, have her still come in. Why?
Yeah.
Because she can produce on that day, and if she gets her number, she can still come downstairs.
There might be tables that day, right?
Right,
And
it will be-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
exactly.
So maybe cut her one day during the week,
Yeah.
move her back to what she's, and she can absolutely get her goal. She gets 125 to 150 pairs of shoes a day. Okay, she could get her goal in 4 days.
The problem is she loses focus a lot.
But that's going to be a requirement on us
I
to
know.
follow up. Like I've been telling
When
everybody.
she's motivated,
following
right?
up.
She has the capability of doing great, and that's what I wrote up in her review too. When motivated.
Here's another
You know.
way. Can you shut the door for me? 'Cause I don't want to say it.
Shut. I'm sorry.
No, I just don't want to say it. To say this too loud. But I am stressing with everyone that this new camera system, if you're goofing off or you're playing around, everyone's going to see it.
Yep.
So guess what? Do your job. Do your job, and you won't have to worry about a thing.
Right.
But if you're not doing your job and you're just standing around and talking, it's going to be seen.
I agree.
So maybe she needs that reminder. Hey, understand the new system's in place. We can see everything, so make sure you're doing your job. You don't have to accuse her,
Right.
but just say, hey,
Say in a
make sure we're
positive
doing our
way.
job.
Say in a positive
Which is
way.
why I was going to bring it up in our monthly meeting on Monday. Because last Monday of the month.
Right.
That everybody, guess what? You don't have to worry about a thing. As long as you're doing your job.
Right.
The moment you're not doing your job, you're goofing off, you're playing around, you're not talking, you're standing still, it's going to be seen. It may not be seen by me, it might be seen by loss prevention, but one of them is going to notify. Either I'll notify you or they will notify us
Right.
that something's not going the way it should be in our store.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
So, Monday, when we have the meeting, or you can have that talk with her before then. I just think that she is one that absolutely she could probably lose a whole day. That's
where we
over
gotta
5
be-
hours
that's
right
where
there.
We gotta be real careful.
Yeah.
Make sure we're maximizing
And-
every
and-
hour for every employee that's here.
And the downstairs we cut Ryan back a little bit, just or cut him.
We have that new guy coming in, so we're going to have to. We're going to maybe we can get with Brenda, have the new person work 18 hours as opposed to 20.
Yeah, we can do that.
Since that person hasn't even started yet, have him do 3 6-hour shifts.
Yeah. And we don't even know how they're going to work out anyway. They might turn out that he's great. And then do that accordingly.
It's going to be trimming. Okay, I hate saying this. Trimming the fat.
Yeah.
Wherever
People
we
that
can,
work.
trimming the fat.
It's just a shame that our best processor is 19 hours. I wish it was a way to flip that in a way. But he has a second job, and
Yeah.
that was what it was.
Believe me, that was something he asked me immediately. He said, "Oh, you have a full-time job. Is he interested?" And I said, "Well, he's got a full-time job."
He's got a full-time job already.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we have to trim the fat. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah. I hate
The way you
that
word it,
slogan, but
it is, especially with this meeting today, with everything that was said, we have to cut a certain amount of hours down, and then we still have to make up the pieces that we're behind on. It's just,
Well, that's just meaning that we have to make sure we're doing all of our parts.
all of our parts, yeah. We still have to do more with less. We have to find a way to do that where it's not overworking people, but it's still, the results are still being done.
All right, so I'm gonna request a quote for those sections now.
Okay.
We said 6 sections, right? Was it 6 or 5?
I think she said 5.
But I'll be
Five?
honest.
You can do
We
6?
can get away with 6
I'll do
because
6.
we have so much
Yeah.
spaghetti strap, sleeveless dresses.
So if we're doing 6 sections, how many double slotted standards do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be 6 sections.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need
7.
7. And then each section holds 7.
Shelves.
Yeah, 7 shelves.
Yep.
What else do we need? Do we need anything else?
Me trying to breathe a little less, hard, because that was my first time as a manager getting rated like that. I don't mind saying that weekend.
Yeah.
But it's my first one, so.
Yeah, and that's kind of what they look like.
Yeah.
She tries to come out every quarter.
Yeah.
It's not always possible. She's a very busy lady.
Right,
But she
That was the first time this year. that
yeah,
she
she
rated.
Yeah,
tries to do
I
it.
haven't
So
seen her.
tries to do it.
I haven't
So,
seen her come, I think, at all since I've been here.
Yeah, so
She may have, but maybe it was that I was off, but it's the first time.
We've had to push this back off, I think, at least once.
yeah, I think she has been here once before, though.
She may
I
have been.
think she has.
Actually, my very first day here, I always laugh about this now, but my very first day here, she might be here that day actually, because
Okay.
it was the CEO came
Okay.
here, and Alan had kind of stuck me in this room and said, just wait here, because I was an employee here for like an hour, like when
Okay.
they showed up, like I knew nothing, but I was coming in as a customer service manager, so meetings I knew nothing at
Yeah.
all. He was like, just stay in here, and I ended up sitting in here for like 2 hours, and I'm like, what do I do, So it may have been that day, but that was literally my first day here.
Yeah, well, if it was with the CEO, then it wouldn't have been a quarterly visit. That could have just been a regular.
I have no
CEO
idea.
wants to
Yeah.
go.
I just remember him saying, "The CEO's here. Just sit here." I was like, "Okay," and I sat and just read the 1 page of notes I wrote so far over and over because I didn't know what else to do. So yeah, but now since we're gonna take, I know I just asked you, but if we're going to move all the shoes in one spot,
Not all of them.
well,
Women's mostly.
the women's in one spot, I mean, can we do anything with adding more space to put more stuff on, clothes wise or
No,
anything?
Not with our ceilings the way they are. It's because once you start doing that, you're going to block off the view from everything else, which means you're going to have loss prevention come back out, which means there's a whole lot of things that would start happening. So
I guess my thing is I'm trying to figure out how we can put more product out without it looking too bunched
don't.
together.
we don't. We just put out the best quality we can at the right price.
Okay.
That requires you making sure that Team 1 is increasing their prices a little bit while still maintaining the sell-through rate.
That's why I
that
wanted
is the answer. I mean, I'm sorry, but that is the answer.
That's why I wanted to take those notes down while she was
She's
talking.
going to send it. Don't worry.
Someone requested a password reset. What did I say? Welcome to fix your own membership here. You will find a specific price.
Told you August was going to be a rough one.
Right, but a big part of that was the 3-page. So
Yeah, I know, but I was worried about August.
the 3 paychecks plus people getting paid out, it was inevitable it was going to be a touch and go month.
I don't understand.
What's going on there?
Well, so Charles is our sales rep for Fixture Zone.
Yeah.
Whenever I need a quote, I would just email him. But now they made us all individual logins with Goodwill's pricing. But I've never logged in. This is my first time. So it says site name, which is this.
Yeah.
Username. What's my password?
And I'll give you a
It says to reset your password, follow the following address. Okay. Which is what I did or no?
Nope,
She didn't
there
do
we
it
go.
at that time. New password.
But the quality is going to be the biggest thing.
Quality gets you the money gets you the budget.
The quality mixed with how it looks out there as we put it out, because she was right. I think cutting those bags down will help a lot. I worry about the kids section now. And I only say that because you know how kids can be, and I can just see.
I'm not.
Well, the reason I say that is because before, when we had the kids section in that right side there,
Nightmare.
but it was all together. The kids had their little
kids are all
area.
together now.
Yeah, but there's more. But
There's
all the
one-
aisles are.
One run. That's it.
I just see them running throughout all the aisles with the toys, and
I see it easier to control them, seeing that their parents are going to be there with them, hopefully.
hopefully
But the thing
that's
is,
the big.
that there was so much product getting pumped into that one little area that it was actually going over the safety barriers.
Oh no, I agree with you there.
That cannot happen.
I agree.
It
I
cannot
agree with
happen.
you with that. That I'm not saying the change was a bad thing. I think it was good, but it's the only worry I have with it is.
I'm not. If anything, it created a space where we can actually put more high dollar items out. You're going to sell more automotive items or hardware items because now there's actually additional space for them.
Yeah.
Whereas toys were all $199 or $299.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
true.
no, I'm going to take the higher quality, more price every day of the week.
Is this page not changing at all? So, this is what I think we need. I'm gonna hit the universal standard. Did anything change here?
I don't think so. No.
No matter what I put, now I'm gonna pick this one. Nothing
Stay the same.
changed. Now I'm gonna pick this one. Well, now it changed.
No.
It's just market standards is what I need.
Probably cut miling down back to the 2 days. That'll be a way to save a few hours.
We'll look at it.
Yeah.
Sorry, nothing found for that. WBRAB. WB. What did I say?
BRAB, I think you said. Oh, 8.
Category 5.
Excuse me.
Standard, so they have it here. So this is the item number. Why isn't it coming up? W447. Nothing found. So here.
Well,
So this is our site, picture zone. This is our normal site. I'm gonna put the same W447. That's what I need. Why isn't it coming up?
that's weird.
Can you copy and paste the description and see if it comes up by description instead?
Nothing found, double-sided universal standard. I just ordered it here. It's right here. This is what I need.
Is it a authorized item for Goodwill?
I mean, that's what we're
That's the only
buying.
thing-
That's
yeah,
the
no,
only
I get it, I do.
Yeah, that's a good question.
But
Why
that's
isn't
why
it
it's not
coming
like
up?
showing up, is that it's, maybe it's on their end that they don't have it listed right now as an authorized item.
Yeah. Well,
So what do you do in that situation?
I'm gonna call Charles, which is our sales rep, and be like, Charles, what's going on here? This is what I need. Do me in the quote. That's what I would do. And he would just, I think he got tired of doing quotes for me, Sabrina, and Lucas. So it's like I just make everyone a username and password, but obviously what I need here is not showing up. I'll call him. I'll get it done today, before end of day. I mean, it's simple. I'll put this in my pocket just so I don't forget. What else, guys?
No, I just feel like I learned a lot in that meeting just now. So I'm kind of just, I guess, thinking about it all in my head, ways that we can change things around to make, you know, the store more profitable.
For sure, which is
You
what
know.
we want to do, yeah.
I think the bags, you know, cutting some of that section out, will make a big difference. We did just organize things a little bit different this past week as well. So we haven't had enough time with the new setup of things, at least downstairs, to see, you know, if that made a difference for the better or not.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a wait and see approach
Yeah,
for
and
that.
I think we can wait and see that, but I think the stuff we don't have to wait is like what you said, the bags, the
Yeah.
promotional stuff. Like,
Yeah.
we don't need to wait and
Yeah,
see that.
the dresses,
The
cutting
dresses,
down.
that. It usually takes about a week and a half to get the stuff. I know Janice got her stuff yesterday, and I probably placed the order like 2 weeks ago, so about 2 weeks.
Right.
And it's just a maintenance ticket to get it up.
The hardware up.
Yeah,
Right.
It's easy. So I'll work on that today. I'll make sure to at least get the quote done. And then, I don't know. I felt like Cheryl wanted to say we might have some from Downingtown. When I
Yeah.
told her, do you want? She didn't say it, but I'll
Right.
shoot her the quote. I'll be like, this is what it is, and
Right.
so that is the case, and you know, it's not that far away, and you can get it by sooner.
Do you think the shoe section will make a big difference on sales of the shoes?
Well, I mean, I went to another store where it was set up that way, and I liked it.
Oh, I love it. I really do. I think now that we're going to sizing, it's going to help tremendous.
Yeah, that will help.
Now, it's going to help your shoes. Your dresses, we already have a low silk rate, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like a no-brainer to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not going to hold all your shoes.
No, it's not.
It's
Well,
not
that's
gonna-
the worry though. At least if it holds all the women's shoes.
Yeah.
But we.
Well,
and you were
I don't
saying
think
you were
it's
saying it
gonna-
might
I
not
don't
even
think
do
it'll
that.
hold- No, I don't think it's going to hold all the women.
So let's go up there.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're going to have 6 sections.
Yeah.
So you're going to be able to hold about 42 one side of a topper. So let's go see how many. Let's go up there.
21 toppers. Great.
Right.
these, not those, just
We still have, this is all women's. See,
Women's in the center,
So-
women's here, women's there.
so you put maybe the ones that sell the most, or at least the ones that the sizes are more likely to sell in the new area.
So what I would probably try to do, and again, I'm just spitballing here, like your active wear's over there. Maybe keep your tennis shoes, put your active tennis shoes there on top.
Right.
Now that still not all of it, and I don't know, maybe keep a section, like maybe this row is your in-season stuff. Like you would put all your boots right
Yeah.
and then in the summer you put all your sandals, and then all your other shoes, which is like your regular
Right.
high heels, your flats, your all that.
Maybe that's how you do it then. Whatever shoes delegate for what is selling.
Yeah.
So for instance, the winter stuff
In
here,
season, this
you
would be
put
your
the-
in season
yeah.
stuff. Maybe these two rows, your in season stuff, whatever season it is.
And you can really knock a lot out
So
with
now you
just
have
that
your in
alone.
season and your active kind of shoes. Again, I'm just spitballing ideas. I don't know.
No, but that makes sense because when we get special surplus items in, if we get something that's a bathroom item, a lot of times we'll put it with the stuff that's with the bathroom
Yeah.
stuff. Customers will know that because they know everything will be in one spot. So that makes a lot of sense. I think that's a great item.
Yeah, it was not going to hold all your shoes.
But it'll
I
hold-
didn't expect it to.
Yeah,
But if
it would be nice if we
hold
could get
enough.
all your women's shoes. So let's just count how many sections you would need if we want to do all women's shoes.
Yeah, because we still have this whole.
Because we might be
area.
able to
Right here's
add-
10 rows times 3 is
That's 30.
Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 per these, so 30, 40. 41, 42, 43, 44, 47, 48, 49, 50.
Alright, so you have 50 of
So
them.
that'd be 25.
So wait a minute. Let me just. You have 50 of them, but each one holds 2.
Correct.
So you have 100 shelves.
100 shelves.
Divided by 7, you would need 14 sections.
14 seconds.
That's too much. I don't even think you can fit. You would have to do the whole wall. That's way too much.
Yeah.
Now here's another thing. A lot of these are pretty empty.
Yeah.
Like it might hold all your women's shoes if we refine first the quality that goes up, and two, like we're counting this, but look, a lot of these you can polish them.
Well, remember, we're not getting the shoes in either. So once we start getting them in again, they're gonna fill. They're gonna fill up again.
Yeah, but do you ever get enough shoes in?
To fill everything? No, but
I see us more going to hitting rotation of shoes and just putting them directly to the floor. That way we sell them, they're already priced.
Yeah.
That's what's probably going to happen.
yeah.
I mean, it is gonna fit a good section of it, which is
Yeah.
nice.
It's okay. I'm fine with 6 right now.
I thought Charles was so
I'm sorry. I do like the idea of putting up the cost.
We've already got cash in. They've been trying to do that. That's why we're going to see like a or something all the way up to 2 XL
Yeah.
already. So I know everybody's pretty much on board with that.
I don't even,
And then right behind you, you got 3 XL right here.
yeah. I don't even think it's a custom. Not one of them.
It goes back to inclusivity.
Yeah.
Why separate it and make someone feel like
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
Hey Charles, this is Daniel Gonzalez, the Regional Director for Goodwill Tucson. What's going on? How you doing, sir? Good, good. Hey, I'm trying to do a quote for another store, and I used that link you sent me, and I was able to log in and everything, but a lot of the product that I'm looking for like doesn't show up when I log in. Like the double slotted sanders, they're not there. W447, sorry that item, like they can't find it. It's all about sorry. Yeah, yeah, for sure, I can do that. Now, this order is really just for shoe walls, so this is almost like the standard of the shoe shelves, and I think both of them are good. I'll go back and look at the shelves. I'm not 100% sure on the shelves. I know the standards weren't there, but yeah, sure. Just call me back whenever you can. Thank you. So he's gonna look at that to see what's going on. He did tell me to fill out the chart and just put in the comments if there's anything that doesn't show up.
Right.
Maybe I log on and try to fix it. But I'll get this done today. Like I said, this is an easy order.
Right.
I want to say that was Charles, our sales rep. He said he's gonna work on the account to give him a little bit of time. He'll call me back when he has it set up with all the other items. So as soon as he calls me, I'll log in, I'll place the order. I'll forward the quote to Cheryl today, as long as Charles gets it back. Well, no, because if he adds those, the quote's already in there. I'll place it to Cheryl today and be like, do I order it or do you have it?
I'm gonna pay for my stuff.
Like I said, like that's gonna be nice. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But it's not really giving you any extra, like anything. It's just gonna make your shoe experience. It's gonna help the shoe department.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was
But it's not
asking.
giving you like real estate or anything.
It's not, no.
That's what I was.
Yeah, I mean the only thing that you might be able to do, and I don't know if you even want to or discussing that, you like somebody's gonna become like throw pillow. But you know that could become sloppy.
Yeah.
It's a matter of making sure that our cashiers and sales associates are like keeping up with stuff like that. I've seen it go like some stores have toys on top of their clothing, and it just goes downhill because nobody's rotating, nobody's keeping up with it.
That's the thing. You have to be on top of it.
I think you have things that go with other things.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
agree
big,
with
that's
that.
a big thing.
That's a big thing. Yeah.
Toys and top of clothing doesn't really.
Yeah, well, we were doing it in a lot of stores that were doing it on top of the kids' clothes.
I mean, that makes a little more sense.
Yeah,
But still, it's still two different things.
Yeah, I think one of the thought process, but I mean, I agree what you're saying is now it's on top, so like the kids aren't taking it and leaving a mess. Like most toy sections, after kids shop it, it's a mess. You know, so when it's on top of the shelves.
You know where it does make sense. When a mom is shopping for clothes, to see the toys. Oh, there's the toys. So I guess in that sense, maybe it makes sense, but I just wish there was a way to get more room. That's the thing.
The only thing we could have done was gone vertical, but then you lose sight of everything. Loss prevention would throw a fit, and they just came in and positioned all these cameras.
Yeah.
And I think we've discussed that before too, that it's just not
Like, how would you
feasible.
go?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, we can work around loss prevention, right? We can say, well, we gotta do this to make this.
Yeah.
But like, what are you gonna add? Like, how do you add?
Can't add shorts out of season.
I think it's a means of just cutting down areas of items that don't sell as well, and putting, shifting everything around to where you can make more room for areas that do sell more.
And what's super important is it's a small sales store. Don't put any off-season stuff. All your sleeveless should be gone.
Right.
All your sleeveless dress, your sleeveless shirts, all of that. You don't have room for it. Make that room for your sweaters, your long sleeves, your sweatshirts, whatever is going to be in season. And again, your sales room is an accordion, right? You move it today, move it tomorrow. Like, don't be afraid to move things around.
Right. Well, I think that's good too, because when you do that, it almost freshens up the experience for the customer as well.
Yeah.
They see things are a little bit different.
And they'll be like, oh, new stuff, new things.
I remember when the cash revenue got switched. Many customers coming up to me saying how much they like it because It was different. It's like when you reorganize your bedroom, you know, it seems almost new.
Yeah.
It's the same concept.
Yeah, customer. I'm gonna eliminate this section. Might be that one customer that says, "Well,
That's
that's the
what
section
I
I."
came in for.
Yeah. So like, let's just come to the back.
I'm gonna have a meeting with you and Brenda here shortly. Hold off and talk to her about some of the stuff that we discussed until we all sit down together. Okay.
What's up?
Not good.
What's wrong?
We're gonna run out of textiles. They only sent us 7 gatewood.
And that's all we were allotted to get. We had ordered
13,
Burned through like
18,
2 of them
and
already.
7 more. That's all
7,
we were large.
25.
Well,
Should we have gotten?
no, because they got themselves, you gotta remember, today's Friday. And more than likely what they had hanging and prepped is for Monday. So I'm not worried about that. What I'm worried about will be Tuesday. But then again, we'll get donations on Saturday to carry us over, hopefully through Tuesday. So,
Lately they've been
gonna
bringing
be-
mostly wares though. They haven't bringing no clothes.
and we're taking those
If only
too.
we could get like maybe 5 more gateways. A lot
Of
of
textile?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the hardest part. Textiles is, no,
It's
well,
not impossible. I mean, textile is the one we have leased up
Leased
in
up.
the warehouse, and
Yeah.
we're trying to build up. But hey, we need it. You want me to send that email? You guys need how much? You're allotted right now?
25.
You're allotted 25, and you want more than that? You're like, wait, you're allotted 25 of what?
wrong.
25 bucks.
We can still order second sort. We can still order.
Are you sure you're allotted 25 of raw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty hot.
But we go through like around 6 a
We're
day.
not Ephrata, okay?
Yeah,
that we're not
yeah.
getting donations
Yeah.
nonstop, all right?
Yeah,
We
no,
go through about 6 a day, so 5 days a week is like 30. You know, when you add in, it's not every time 6 a day, but it's an average about that. You know, so if 6 times 5 is 30, you add donations, we get by with it, but towards the end of the week, I would.
if you guys really need a few more,
Maybe even 28 would be, you know, at least a little cushion, you know?
so how many do you want? How many do you want me to go fight for?
I mean, I'd like 30.
You have 25 right now, right?
I'd like 30, but I don't want to be. I don't want to, you know, act like I'm trying to get more than we deserve or we can get. But 30 would be beautiful.
I mean, I'm gonna see what I can do. Give me till Monday afternoon to get an answer. All right, well then I'll head out. I'll add you guys to the emails about the shoot thing, so you guys can see where we're at. Go from there. All right, well, nice seeing you.
Yes, sir.
We'll be right back.
Have you guys got out there or anything? Do that kind of thing?
No, that's fine. We're gonna check on Chuck and Albert. I'm gonna try to get us more per week. I literally just said something to Daniel about it to see if we can get more than 25 a week for textiles. I don't know that we will, but I literally just said something to him just now, and he's gonna you know send an email and see if that can be possible. We will find that out probably some point in time next week.
We sent down at least one that we got on the truck, plus they had a second sort one here from somewhere they sent down.
I should have probably ordered a couple second sorts this last go around with the truck, but I just would like to stay away from the second sorts if I can, because
Oh, they just